Good morning, good morning. I'm Laurie, I'm the Thrifty Picker. Come on in and have a seat as I show you what I sold on eBay from some thrift store finds. And I'm going to go over here and turn on the chat. Let's see, got my fresh cup of coffee. French vanilla. Let me get the chat up here. Hopefully my computer plays along today. It doesn't be a butt. Okay. How is everybody this morning? How was your weekend? Hope you had a good weekend. We had a busy weekend. We've been, morning, Nikki. We've been remodeling our kitchen, putting in new cabinets, taking out the old ones. So it was a rough weekend. Giving our kitchen that diner look. So it looks really nice in there. But yeah, had a pretty decent weekend of sales. I had 6, so I'm happy with that. Any sale's a good sale. So let's jump right on in. All right. Remember I got this last Monday at the thrift shop. And it sold, I paid 58 cents for it. It sold for $18.99 plus shipping. So that's the Bop It XT. So I always pick anything Bop It Up seems to do really well for me. So I always pick those up. So that was a good score. And I sold this men's Levi Strauss. It's a vintage Levi Strauss embroidered men's shirt. This was actually given to me, so I didn't pay anything for it. It sold for $15.99 plus shipping. So, morning, Shantae. How are you this morning? Hope everybody had a good weekend, sale-wise and lifetime-wise. And I sold 2 of these shirts. They're LL Beans, or vintage LL Beans. I sold them to the same person. They're women's, striped, which I got to steam them a little bit, put them back in the package. Just a women's petite LL Bean, striped button front Oxford. We got that one, multicolored. And then I sold, that sold for, that was also, that was $18 plus shipping. And then we have another one sold to the same lady. Let me get that out. Didn't quite. This has got the paisley colors, kind of like almost the Easter colors. Another striped, women's striped Oxford. Real pretty colors. I paid $1.59 for both of those shirts. $1.59 a piece. They both sold for $18 to the same lady, so the combined shipping there. And I sold another pearl snap. This is the Urban Pipeline. This is a men's. Just a short sleeve button front. Western style shirt. Pearl snaps. I love selling pearl snaps. They are awesome. That one's sold. Let's see, I paid $4.25 for it. This was a Goodwill find, and it sold for $17.99 plus shipping. Or no, I'm sorry, $15.99 plus shipping. I'm sorry, my bad. Need more coffee. And then of course another coffee mug. I got Bugs Bunny. This is a Gibson. It's a vintage Gibson Looney Tunes coffee mug. It had a little bit of an issue right here. It's just a scuff mark. It's still sold for, where's that at? That one's sold for $14 plus shipping. I took a best offer of 14. I had it on for 16, and because of the scuff, I went ahead and took a best offer. Yeah, pastels will sell. I mean, so I pick, and those were, I don't do a whole lot of LL Bean, but sometimes when they catch my eye like that, I'll pick them up. So I had 6 sales, so I'm happy with that. Can't beat that. That's awesome. Oh, but yeah, another coffee mug. That's like I told my daughter yesterday. Who would have thought that I named the show Morning Mug and I start selling more coffee mugs? And I mean, I sell them quite frequently, but it seems like it's here lately. I've been shipping out a lot more than usual. So, but yeah, been doing pretty good this weekend. I got 10 items done. I was up till almost midnight last night getting items ready for today to finish up. So I got 10 drafts ready. All I got to do is go over and take photos, get those listed. And it was a busy weekend for us here. Like I said, we've been remodeling our kitchen, so I didn't get a whole lot done on eBay. So once we got all that finished, I was in here last night working on eBay stuff and watching my storage wars. So I love that show. So I got busy today. I've got 10 more items I want to get drafted and ready for tomorrow. And then I've got to get the photos up for the quarter auction. Oh, I've been selling mugs since day one, I think. I mean, and even before I started selling clothing and shoes, I would pick up coffee mugs because it just seemed they're easy to ship. They're a quick sale for a lot of, especially if they're unique. Yeah, sell millions. I wish. So, and we're halfway to our goal of getting another pallet for the auction. And so this week's auction is going to be probably a little bit less items, smalls. So I have one larger item. It's one of those slip and go pool type thingies. I was going to put that on, but the rest of stuff's going to be smalls. And so hopefully we can do some more good sales and get another pallet because they've got some really good pallets and we've been missing out on them because I will not pull out of pocket for that. So I use what I make off eBay to buy more inventory. So, and sometimes people might say, well, why don't you just bite the bullet and, make up the difference, out of pocket. I was like, I don't want to do that because then if I don't make that money back, then I'm out over here. So co-hosting that one, make millions. I wish. So yeah, it's crazy. I should have. Then maybe I'd have a lot more sales. So, and I'm sitting on the fence about doing the free return things. I don't like the idea because I feel, like I said last time, I feel like people are going to be renting the items. I don't know. Is it going to affect my sales? Who knows? It might not if I don't do free returns. So, I'm top rated plus, or I'm not top rated plus. I know you need free returns in order to get that, but I am a top rated seller, which that is, to me, it doesn't affect. I mean, I've not been top rated before and it didn't affect my sales. So I mean, it's just you're really, all you're getting with free returns is final value fees and that little badge over your name or next to your store. I'm thinking if somebody really wants what you have, they don't care if you're top rated as long as you have good feedback. That's the way I look at it, because I look at other sellers' feedback before I buy something. I don't look and see if they have a little badge or if they're top rated. As long as they're good, have good customer service, and good business practice, and there's no negative return or negative feedback. That's what I look for. So I think I'm going to hold off because, like I said, I'm on the fence about it, but I think I'm going to hold off as long as I possibly can, and see how it goes for other sellers, because I just feel like people are just they're going to take advantage of that. Not everybody will take advantage of that, but I think there are going to be those that do. So, and that's, my opinion. Oh, but yeah, so I know, on our Facebook page, the Resellers Cheers page that I have, one of our members is going to do a try for 30 days and see what it does. I said, well, keep me informed. If it boosts your sales by 50% or even better, it might be something worth considering. But if there's no change in sales, I don't think it makes. Yeah, it's search rank, and that's what they were talking about. I think it was Rockstar Flipper was talking about, how if you don't do free returns, your items will be dropped lower on the search rank, even if it's a new listing. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. They're still finding my items. I mean, this was all newly listed within the last month and a half. So, and they still bought it. I think it's a scare tactic for eBay to try to try to be more like Amazon. They want us to be more like Amazon sellers, and it ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And there's too many other platforms out there to sell on. And I think that once people start experiencing bad return issues and things like that with this free return fiasco, that they're going to start jumping ship like, mice on the Titanic, So we will see. I hope it's not bad. I hope it's all good. I hope that everything goes smoothly. Um, and if it does show an improvement in sales for those that are doing it, then I might consider it. So, but if I start hearing some horror stories about returns and how people were, renting their items and sending them back, after they've worn them and destroyed them, and you have to take them back. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, is that factor right there. So, which most generally I take returns anyway. I look at it this way: it's sold once, it's going to sell again. That's one way to look at it. So, I mean, that's why I'm on the fence about it, because I do take returns unless I know for a fact they're trying to pull one over on me, like I've had in the past, especially with computer parts. So, yeah, I don't really want to listen to them, but I do read into them and see what experiences people are having. And I know there's not everybody out there, every buyer out there is going to do that. Most people, they see an item, they buy it, they keep it. And if it's a mistake on my part, I'm going to take it back anyway. So, which I try not to make mistakes, even though it does happen. I'm not perfect. Although sometimes my kids think I am. I am far from perfect. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Track the returns and the reasons. If it's, buyer's remorse, I think they should keep it. But there's nothing you can do about that. And there's really not a whole lot you can do about returns unless you can prove that, it's a switcheroo type thing. So, which that does happen. It's happened to me twice, and it's mostly been with some form of electronic, where they've gotten it, taken it apart, got what they want out of it, and send it back. So, but that last one was the guy didn't even send back the same part that I had that I sent him. Which eBay did side with me on that one, because I had photos, I had serial numbers, I have a store code that I take photos of with the UV pen, and I uploaded all them to to eBay and say, hey, this is what should be on there, and this is what they sent me. It's not on there, So I try to cover my bases that way. And somebody is texting me. Okay. How rude. No, I'm just teasing this, Teresa, reminding me not to forget something, so because I'm bad for that. But yeah, I think we're going to be okay. And it does, Nikki. It does happen no matter what. It's going to happen one way or the other. But I'm going to hold off for a while and see what it does. And if, if we're made to do free returns across the board, whether you're top rated or top rated plus, I'll do it. I may not like it. Nobody's going to like it, but I'm going to do it. Good morning. So get this flips. How are you? Or so get this flips. That's what I said. Making sure I read that right. I'm on my second cup of coffee, but that still don't mean my eyes cooperate. They're still trying to go back to sleep. Oh, my alarm went off this morning. I was like, oh, because I was up till midnight. 5:30 comes real quick. It's like, oh. So, especially after you've been moving stuff out, moving stuff in, doing this, doing that. Yeah, see you later, Shantae. See you in a little while. But I still got about 30 or so pieces to work through over here, plus get the photos ready for quarter auction for the week. Is it the flu or something? Hope she's okay. Yeah. Ugh. I tell you what, I had a bout of the stomach virus, not the flu, and I had it, I don't know, for 2 days. It was a couple of weeks ago, and I tell you what, I thought I was going to die. It's like, oh, you just want to roll up in a ball in a fetal position and make the world go away, make it hurt, or make it stop hurting. So I hope she's okay. I hope it's nothing serious. Hope it's something they can handle real quickly. So even my dogs have had one of them had a stomach virus. So it's crazy. It goes around. Oh, so yeah, watch taking your animals to dog parks or anything like that, because they can still contact the dog flu and all that. And that's pretty rough, especially on them, because they can't tell you what's wrong with them. Oh, so hopefully get some more good sales this week. Get that PayPal built back up. Yeah, I hated when my kids were sick when they were little. It was like, you just want to, all you can do is really just hold them and, try to make them feel as good as you can. And my mom used to give me soda crackers and warm Sprite to help settle my stomach when I was sick. Oh, yeah, I'll have to catch your show too. I got caught up on a lot of my fellow YouTubers and resellers videos, which I usually do that. I let them play in the background while I'm working, and just listen while I'm working. Especially when they're real little and they really can't tell you what's wrong with them because they're not really good at talking yet. They just have to either point to their ears, or they'll pull on them, or they'll hold their belly. They give them stuff for that, and then they just want to be on mommy's lap all day, and that's usually where my kids would want to sit all day, watching Barney. Tell my age, Barney and what is that? Gullah Gullah Island. Used to watch those regularly. What was the other one? Allegra's Window or something like that. I used to sit there with my kids when they were sick, and we sit there and watch all those kids shows, and that'd make them feel a little bit better. So, and they liked because I didn't give them pop too often when they were little, but when they were sick, I did for them like my mom did for me with the warm Sprite and the soda crackers, which my kids loved that. It wasn't so fun when it didn't stay down, but when it did stay down, it was okay. But yeah, not salty. Don't get the unsalted salt soda crackers. Um, yeah, Teletubbies. Them little dudes were creepy. Them little Teletubby dudes. My kids loved them. I just thought they were creepy as hell. And the Wiggles. The Wiggles, and then my nieces, when I would babysit them, they would watch Yo Gabba Gabba, um, all those shows. And I don't know, the Talking Dog, I can't, Martha Speaks or something like that. It's amazing I can remember all that. And something about, I forget what it was, but it was like these two little animated characters would draw, and their drawings would come to life or whatever. And the stories it was like a brother and sister type animated show. And the one with Arthur, I used to like Arthur. I liked Martha Speaks too. And Arthur, I liked Arthur. That was a cute show. And of course, you got Rugrats and all that. My kids loved all those stuff. I don't think I have to really watch adult television, my age television, until they actually got to go to school. I spent most of their childhood watching children's shows. And when you get the Barney song stuck in your head, you might as well give it up. Blue's Clues, yeah. Bear in the Big Blue House. And that's stuff I look for at the thrift shop. I look for those plush. I look for all that stuff because I know, people still want that stuff. Um, Especially when it's like my daughter, when, she's 26, or she'll be 26. And if I find, yeah, SpongeBob, I love SpongeBob. If I find stuff that from her childhood, she's like, oh, like Lisa Frank stuff. Um, yeah, I used to do that too. I'm kind of guilty of that. Watching the kids shows after they went to school, just because I was used to it, or is just some noise playing in the background while I clean house or whatever. But crazy. But yeah, my daughter be like, "Oh, I remember that. Can I have that?" It's like, no. How old are you? And what was Animaniacs? I love the Animaniacs. Those Dot and all them. But yeah, that's still the kind of stuff I look for because I know sooner or later somebody's going to buy it, and they usually do. SpongeBob stuff especially. I love finding SpongeBob coffee mugs. I put 2 up last year that I found at the thrift shop, and they sold, both of them sold within a week. So, and the SpongeBob, I had a SpongeBob TV plug and play game because I pick all those up all the time, and boy, did it sell like that. I was like, wow. I have a Lisa Frank jewelry box right now. It's got like a cat on it, and it's got a button you can push, and it's got these little rhinestones with lights under them that light up. So I have that on. Now, see, I have the. Ow! My knee just popped. Sorry. Bad word about come out on the air. There. My kneecap has a way of moving out of that little slot that it's supposed to go in. I forgot to put my K tape on this morning to keep it in place. But see, I'm Star Wars. I have Star Wars stuff. I've probably got enough Star Wars stuff to send my grandchild to college when he goes. I mean, I've got stuff from Kenner when it was based here in Cincinnati before, they shut down. I mean, I've got, you name it, I probably got it. I've got some of the original characters from Kenner still in the package. And some of them are worth quite a bit of money. And what I would do is I would buy 2. Well, my sister would. She'd get, because she was the one that got me into Star Wars. She would, every time the stores would come out with new Star Wars figures, she would go buy 2. She'd say, okay, you keep this one and you can play with this one. So we always had 2 of everything. So I've got most of them put up, and then I have the ones that I opened up and played with, and I still have those. I have a little Avon box about yay big that all the little guns, I put all the little guns in there with little cotton that was in the box. It was like a little jewelry box. Somebody ordered something, a necklace or whatever. So I keep all those little guns that the figures have and their little lightsabers. Um, so I have all that stuff. I've got the play sets, the cantina, the Death Star, you name it, I've probably got it. And I probably need a room about as big as this just to store it in, but I don't have that kind of room, so I have it in, display cases and in boxes and all that. Plus, I collect Breyer horses. I love Breyer horses, and I pick them up every chance I can. So just absolutely love them. And I've probably got about $2,000-3,000 worth of Breyer horses, because some of them are from the original molds from way back when that they no longer make. So I tried that with the copper knee, but it breaks me out behind my knee really bad. It gets raw, and then it gets these little heat bumps. And so when I started in physical therapy, they told me to use K-tape because that's what they would put on it. And so I started buying K-tape, and it does help. I just forgot to put it on this morning. So, and when I don't, that kneecap shifts out of that slot. It's like, oh, I'll be walking and just feel like I'm going to hit the floor. So, but yeah. Oh, in fact, speaking of Star Wars stuff, I have two drones right over here. I have the Millennium Falcon drone, and I have the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter drone charging, so we can play with them later. My son-in-law going to take those out and play with them all the time. My daughter's like, good Lord. My son-in-law's like, I got the best mother-in-law ever. Yeah, I would imagine that does. I just wish I could wear it. I've even tried where it's open in the back of the knee, and it's still, I don't know if it's something in it maybe that's affects my skin or what, but I can't wear the copper because it does work. I just can't wear it because it breaks me out, which sucks because they're really good, and I hear a lot of people talk. I can't even wear the socks, the copper fit socks, because it breaks my feet out. So there's something in that causes that rash. So it itches and burns. I'm like, oh, so that sucks. But and speaking of collectibles, I got this too, which I was going to sell it, but because I'm a ghost hunter, I had to keep this little dude. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Who remembers him? I think it's one of those. It's not a bobblehead. I can't read it because it's clear. Hold on, let me get my third eye out. Funko. That's what it is. So he's now one of my desk mascots. So it's a little Mr. Stay Puft. And check out my shirt they got me today. Can you see that? Check that out. Hey, like that. I'm a huge Scooby fan, and Teresa we found this at Walmart. I was like, oh, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I'm a kid at heart. I always will be. And, I'm going to be 49 years old, and I still act like I'm 12 sometimes when it comes to all that stuff. I'm like, hey, you're as old as you feel. My body might be 49, but I'm not going to act 49 unless I absolutely have to. When I have to act my age, I do. But for the most part, I'm pretty fun. I try to be. So, and what's really cool with Scooby-Doo is they are combining Scooby-Doo and Supernatural into an animated show, which comes out, I think, March 21st or 29th. So I'll be watching that. And what's good is Scooby-Doo came out the same time I did, 1969. So that's why I love Scooby-Doo. I always wanted a Great Dane when I was a kid, but living in a mobile home growing up, can you imagine a Great Dane in a mobile home? Yeah. Would not have been a very good idea. So I'm going to try to dress my Min Pin up as Scooby-Doo because he's that red color for Halloween. I was going to put to get that hair dye stuff and put spots on him, and he wouldn't let me. I tried. He wouldn't have no part of it. I was like, hold still. I had these little templates made to look like Scooby spots, and I was going to be Shaggy, and he would have no part of it. They are gorgeous. I love Great Danes. They're so like just such a big dog with, they're just so docile. I don't think I've ever heard of a mean Great Dane that I know of. They are gentle giants. They are so cute. Oh. But yeah, I have a little bit of everything I collect. So my daughter's like, I get all this when you pass. I said, well, I'm not going to pass till I'm at least 90, so you got a long way to figure out what it is you're going to do with it. So yeah, because she comes in my office and she looks around my office like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? I said, well, you can always open a museum in my name. She says, walking in your office is like walking into a museum, like a toy collectible museum. I was like, oh, yeah, it kind of is. So, oh, well, I hope everybody has some great sales this week. Um, get out there and get to picking, get some good stuff. I'm on myself. I have myself on a schedule because I have all kinds of things I need to do before I go buy more inventory. I'm still converting all of my items to calculated shipping, and I have a few totes left to go through to do that. So I'm not going to buy any more inventory because what I have found as I'm going through my listings, like I'll bring a tote in and start working through it, and I'll go find it in my listings, and then I'll just, I'll end it and then hit sell similar, so that it gives it a new number, and then I adjust the shipping and all that. But what I have found is that items are falling off my eBay listings. That's, and I wondered, why these items weren't selling, because they weren't. Some of them haven't sat very long. Like I had 2 Tommy Bahama shirts, and I usually do pretty good with Tommy Bahama. I not like they used to. I mean, the sales up on those were a little higher, but now it's kind of mediocre. But they usually, when I list them Tommy Bahama, they would sell within a week, 2 weeks. Well, these I've had for 6 months, and I'm thinking, why haven't those 2 shirts sold? I said, did I even list them? But then I went through my records, and yeah, I did list them. So, and then I found that they'd fallen off eBay. So those will count as totally new items because I have to do photos and everything. So I have so far I only have 10, but I have probably 6 more totes to work through. So to change all that over. So I can imagine I'm going to find more. At least I'll probably have a dozen or so. And listing does constantly help sales. And I think the more you list, the better your sales are. Like, for instance, right now I'm working at 10 a day because that's really all I have time for with the workload that I've given myself. So hopefully once I get through all these totes to where I have more time, I can get back up to doing 20 a day. So that's what I'm hoping. Because usually if you do 20, you're hoping for at least a 50% sell-through rate of 50%. That's what I'm hoping for. So I just hope it works out that way. If you list right now, it's like I list 10, I sell 5, so I'm at 50%, but that doesn't always. I don't always sell 5 every day. That's what I'm hoping to get to, is half of what I list sells, or half the numbers anyway. Maybe not so much that particular item, but you know what I mean. If I list 20, I want to wake up to 10 sales. That's what I'm hoping, or more. So I don't think I'll ever reach 100 listings a day. That would just, I don't think I'm ever going to get there. Not unless I have help, because right now I do it by myself. Oh, so, well, I'm going to get off here, ladies. I want to thank you for coming in and watching. I'm going to go get me some more coffee. I'm going to get these items packed up and get ready for Valerie's daily hustle. Oh yeah, I would get burnt out, definitely burnt out. So that's why I like to keep it simple, keep it smooth. I've got a good process now, so it works out smooth. I still don't think I'll reach 100, and I really don't know if I want to do that. Like Nikki said, you will get burnt out. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go get some stuff done. I'll see you guys over on Valerie's on the Daily Hustle. So see you in a bit. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.